Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Zahirah, Binti Sham Rizal, and my supervisor is Sir Muhammad Lias bin Kamal. First of all, welcome to the panels and all the viewers. So today I would like to present my viva entitled of Recycle Food Waste into Higher Quality Fish Feed. We go to the first part, which is Introduction. Food waste may be described as a food was uneaten or thrown away. It consists of biodegradable waste from a variety of sectors, which is retail food from service and households. There are some categories of food waste such as bread, fruit or vegetable, meat or fish, and others. Food waste may be described as a food was uneaten or thrown away. It consists of biodegradable waste from a variety of sectors, which is retail food from service and households. There are some categories of food waste such as bread, fruit or vegetable, meat or fish, and others. Food waste should be treated as a resource rather than a waste, and turning it into fish feed is a viable option. The main goal of this study is to show that food waste may be recycled into high-quality fish meal for rearing freshwater fish in order to provide safe and high-quality goods while also reducing disposal pressure. For the problem statement, a variety of persistent toxic substance (PTS) have been released into several ecological compartments, example air, water, and soil, posing a danger to capacity to satisfy safety requirements and affecting food production. Some food waste such as meat waste, fruit waste, vegetable waste, and fish waste are high in nutrients and might be used to replace original raw materials for feeding animals, including fish. In light of the increasing amount of food waste generated in cities, contamination of PTS in feeding materials, and the importance of aquaculture in terms of food security and fish as a key protein source, it will be a good idea to investigate ways to turning food waste into fish feeds. In this research, vegetable waste are used as a main ingredient to make supplementary feed for fish culture. Vegetable waste are rich in both protein and energy. Besides, by adding supplements to fish feed can improve the development of health of cultured fish. The significance of this study is to contribute new knowledge of the role of food waste in improving the ingredient of fish feed. Next, from the scientific study of this fish feed, it's enabled to travel the safer side of using food waste to make fish feed can enhance fish health. The objective of the study is to prepare fish feed from the food waste and to analyze the quality of fish feed using the gross parameter of fish. Second part is literature review. Food waste. Food waste is a significant contributor of the world's food system problems. All edible food ingredients created for human consumption but left uneaten is the loss of abundance throughout the food supply chain from farm to fork and referred to as food waste. It consists of organic waste from a variety of sources, including food processing industry, domestic and commercial kitchen, cafeteria, and restaurant. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) estimate that fruits and vegetable loss and waste are the greatest of all food kinds, reaching up to 60%. Seed, skin, rind, and pomace make up the majority of the waste, which are the rich in bioactive substances like as dietary fibers, vitamin, enzyme, and oils, among others. Use food waste to formulate fish feed pellet. Food waste that is appropriate for human consumption should be saved for recycling as fish feed. Because of vegetable food waste has a higher protein level of 15 until 24%, it is an alternate material utilized as a raw material for fish feed. Furthermore, vegetable waste is readily available, affordable, and does not compete with human requirements because vegetable waste is a waste that pollutes the environment. Using it as a feed source material can also help to minimize pollution. Vegetable waste has a high calorific value, is high in nutrients, and provide a supporting substance for the formation and microbial biomass. It most comprises cellulose, soluble sugar, and organic acid, which are used by some bacteria for cellular function and single-cell protein synthesis. Fish feed. Fish feed do not need feed component for formulate, but they do need the nutrients that are part of the chemical makeup for this ingredient and formulation. High level of reproduction and species variety defined is necessary in expanded industry capacity and feed innovation. To enhance diet is required to understand the nutritional requirement of the species, develop a pellet with optimal and physical quality at a low cost, and have a shelf life that is not degradable. In order to minimize excessive feed costs, it's become vital and find a cost-effective solution for supplying nutritional protein from locally produced affordable resources. Feed nutrient balance has an effect of fish feed consumption and growth. For optimal growth of a fish species, as well as in construction a balanced diet, it's critical to understand the nutritional needs, notability for protein, fat, and energy. Fish development and body composition are known to be influenced by dietary protein and energy level. Next, we move to the methodology. For the raw materials, vegetable waste used in this study were cabbage, water spinach and mustard as the main ingredient that can obtain from the market, rice bran such as coarse bran, fine bran and polish that can obtain from the rice factory, and 3% of tapioca as a feed binder. The chemical used were 5% of formic acid, and the apparatus used were knife, blender, bucket, cover, weighing scale, molding machine, and measuring cylinder. Next is method. First, silage preparation. To aid the fermentation process, vegetable waste slices into small pieces. Furthermore, vegetable waste is weighed and add formic acid according to the treatment. Formic acid was utilized at the concentration of 5%. To establish an aerobic condition, the mixture of vegetable waste and formic acid is placed in a bucket and firmly covered. The fermentation process takes 10 days and the pH of the silage is checked every day to generate the fermentation process is taking place in vegetable waste. After drying in the sun, the silage is processed into the silage mill. For the preparation of experimental diet, three types of rice bran, coarse bran, fine bran and polish, are employed is the protein source as a main ingredient. Before the plating process, rice bran was mixed into a silage mill and 3% tapioca as a feed binder were added to the meal. A 2 mm feed molding machine is used to make the feeds in the shape of a wet pellet. For experimental design, the tilapia used were unisexual tilapia with an average weight of 10 grams and a density of 5 fish per aquarium with recreation system. Tilapia from Timotaso Fish Farm were kept in 4 aquariums for 30 days. After the acclimation period for 7 days, the fish are fast 24 hours. In purpose is to eliminate the remaining food in the body. Feeding is done 3 times in a day with satiation. For the growth parameter, the specific growth rate SGR, feed efficiency FE, and survival rates SR of the tilapia were calculated using the equation below. The starting and end weights in gram is indicated by W1 and WT. NO is the number of fish at the beginning and NT is the number of fish at the end. Statistical analysis. The statistical package for the social science SPSS application for Windows was used to conduct the statistical analysis of growth parameter. The mean within each treatment and between treatment were compared using decade of multiplication compression with an 95% significant ratio if significant difference was detected. And this is the formulation table of the diet in this study. Next is result and discussion. Formic acid is commonly used in the production of silage and formulate has been shown to improve disease resistance in tilapia. In this study, 5% of formic acid treatment likely promote optimal growth. The growth parameter of tilapia feed experimental diet are shown in the table. There was not significant difference in feed intake. Feed intake value were 337.5 plus minus 9.04%, for the 0% formic acid treatment and 334 plus minus 10.32% for the 5% formic acid treatment. There was no significant difference in feed intake. This indicated that the utilization of waste vegetable silage did not affect the palatability of the feed. Palatability is the degree to which fish prefer to eat given food and given time. 5% formic acid and control had significantly the highest specific growth rates value. Feed efficiency was high in this study with 5% formic acid treatment. The results showed the addition of formic acid of the vegetable waste silage for the production of feed did not affect the fish health of tilapia. Last, conclusion and recommendation. For the conclusion, waste vegetable silage can be used as a feed ingredient in tilapia feed. The value of growth was significantly highest in 5% formic acid and controlled. The use of 5% formic acid is the production of vegetable waste silage show the best result in the term of growth and feed conversion compared to other treatment. For the recommendation for the next study, food waste-based pellet can be upgraded with the addition of enzyme and bacteria yeast to increase the growth of raised immunity of farm fish. The addition of China's herbal medicine will also help replace some of the antibiotic used in agriculture. In general, food waste-based feed are safer for human consumption than commercial feed due to the higher level of contamination of fish meal in commercial feed. Further, research should be focused the feasibility of adding various Chinese herbal medicine, enzyme, or other additives to improve. So, this is the references that I have used during my research. So that's all for me and thank you.